Is a partner from a previous relationship interfering or causing problems in your current relationship? An ex-partner can be a huge external stress on your current relationship. If so, this video will help you identify common problems around exes and get some ideas on how to solve those problems.
Our Relationship
with Dr. Brian Doss.
After a romantic relationship ends, sometimes ex-partners continue to be involved in our lives. The most common reason is shared custody of children, but problems can also be caused by continued contact with the ex or relationships with shared friends or family members of the ex-partner. If you're in this situation, it's likely difficult for you and your partner to agree on boundaries regarding the exes and agree on how much input or presence they have in your relationship. Couples dealing with ex-partners tend to experience one of two common cycles. The first pattern is the ex drives a wedge between us. The second pattern is the ex is a source of stress for both of us. So let's talk about that situation where the ex drives a wedge between us. So it creates distance or conflict between you and your partner. Sometimes it can be hard to balance the needs or desires of the ex with the needs and desires of your current relationship. When that happens, it may create fights in the current relationship. Now, conflicting opinions or agendas may cause you stress and leave you feeling like you just can't win. If you're in this situation, here are some tips to potentially improve it. The first tip is make a plan. When an ex is causing arguments between you and your current partner, the most important thing you can do is make sure you and your current partner are on the same page before the ex is there. So sit down now with your partner and make a plan for how the two of you are going to handle that situation. Think about the situations that have caused fights in the past and make a plan. The second tip is share with your partner. When you talk about this with your partner, be sure to reveal any hidden emotions you have. Nothing can help repair the damage your ex has done to your current relationship, like opening up to your partner and letting your partner know that this situation bothers you as well. The third tip is keep your partner in the loop. Your partner won't always be there when you talk to your ex, and your partner will be worried about what happens when he or she isn't there. So be upfront with your partner about what you've said to your ex and what you've discussed so it doesn't feel like you're hiding something or lying. And definitely don't fall into the trap of trying to, quote unquote, protect your partner by not telling her bad things that happened. If your partner later finds out and you didn't tell your partner, that will seriously undermine your current partner's trust in you. The fourth tip is set boundaries. Be clear about where the boundaries are with your ex. Certain topics are sacred to your current relationship, while others are shared with your ex, like children from the previous relationship. If you find your ex putting his or her nose where it doesn't belong, politely ask that your ex respect your privacy and the relationship that you have with your current partner. Okay, now let me talk to the other partner, the one who didn't date the ex. So if your partner's ex is still involved in your relationship somehow, you may find yourself thinking, you pay more attention to your ex wants than what I want. You may feel neglected or like you don't matter as much as your partner's ex. It might seem that your partner's choosing his or her ex over you, which is very hurtful to you. If you're in this situation, here are some tips to potentially improve it. The first one, like I talked about earlier in this video, is when an ex is causing arguments between you and your partner, the most important thing you can do is make a plan. Make sure you and your partner are on the same page before the ex is there or before the situation comes up that usually causes problems. Sit down with your partner ahead of time and make a plan for how the two of you will handle that situation. It's really important to include in that plan what you will both do and won't do in front of the ex, and also how you both will handle it after the ex leaves. The second tip is to check in with each other. Sometimes your partner will forget to keep you in the loop about what's happening with his or her ex. Try to find a non-blaming and non-accusatory way to check in with your partner about his or her ex. Maybe you could check in once a week about any decisions your partner made with the ex so that you feel in the loop. If you're going to do this, by the way, this would be a good thing to put in the plan the two of you develop. The third tip is offer help. Ask your partner what it is that you can do or change that would be helpful. And remember that your support is a huge help to your current partner. By asking how you can be involved, your current partner will be less likely to feel like you're intruding and that you may end up with more input into the situation. The fourth tip is ask for what you need. Not only what your partner needs. Try to express to your partner what you need. Maybe you need more clear communication about when your partner has seen the ex, or what responsibility that either of you have for the kids. Or maybe you need some time set aside just for the two of you to spend together. If there are specific topics that you think should be off limit with the ex, like your intimate life, for example, or certain situations that are difficult for you, like spending time with shared friends, let your partner know how he or she can help you navigate those events. So that's the first pattern. But there's a second pattern that couples get into around exes. We call that pattern, the ex is a source of stress for both of us. When an ex has a forceful personality or strong opinions, even when both of you in the current relationship are on the same page or want that person out of your life, it can be difficult to set effective boundaries. So let me first talk to the partner with the intrusive ex, the one who used to date that partner. You may be thinking, I hate how my ex treats me. Why don't you, my current partner, ever stand up for me? Sometimes you may get really frustrated with your ex and want your partner to help, or your partner might not step in as much as you'd like, or your current partner may just decide that this is your problem to deal with, not theirs. If that's the case, consider the following tips. First, discuss boundaries. Have a conversation with your partner to decide where and how you're both comfortable with the ex being involved. Once you have a clear list, share this with your ex. Although it might be difficult at first, when expectations are clear, people are better able to work around a shared goal, like parenting the children you and your ex have. The second tip is be assertive. There's a difference between being assertive and being bossy, and a big difference between being assertive and being passive. In other words, not directly stating what you want, but rather dropping hints or hoping that they'll pick it up. When you're assertive about what you expect from both your current partner and from your ex, you tell them clearly in a non-blaming way how you would like each of them to act. Be willing to hear their sides and compromise, but you've got to speak up as a first step. The third tip is turn to your partner. It's really important to turn to your partner when you're feeling frustrated with your ex. Opening up and sharing the hidden emotions, such as fear, frustration, or hopelessness that you're feeling, can start a great conversation. When you and your current partner are on the same page and acting like a team, you'll be better equipped to talk and deal with your ex. Now let me switch gears and talk to the other partner, the one who didn't date the ex. If that's you, you may find yourself thinking, you know what, you should really stand up for yourself and for me more when you're dealing with your ex. When your partner is still in contact with his or her ex, especially when you've got children that you're trying to juggle shared custody with, you may feel pulled into their relationship as well, even if it doesn't feel like your place or there isn't something you really should be doing or want to be doing for that matter. If you're in this situation, here are some tips to improve it. The first thing I would encourage you to do is pick your battles. Sometimes particular situations are more difficult as an outside partner or as a step parent. For example, if trading the kids off with your partner's ex is particularly uncomfortable for you, ask your partner if they can handle this without you. Sometimes staying away from situations that will cause unnecessary fights is the best move that you can make, not only for yourself, but also for your relationship, because it helps avoid conflict and fights with your current partner. The second tip is know your role. When you're a step parent or part of a blended family, it can be difficult to navigate your relationship both with your children and with the biological parent who isn't your partner. If you haven't already, have a conversation with your partner and his or her ex about your role in their children's lives. Everyone's first goal should ideally be providing a healthy and happy home for the kids. The third tip is try to support your partner. If you're unhappy with the relationship you and your partner have with your partner's ex, then this has likely caused fights in the past. Be as supportive of your partner as you can. Offer to help and see what they ask for. Be willing to compromise and make sure your partner knows that you're there for him or her and on your partner's team.